and I'm going to just do a very brief overview of art and feminism for those who are new to art and feminism. Uh, Art and feminism is a community of activists that is committed to closing the information gaps related to gender, feminism, and the arts. We envision an internet that reflects diverse global histories of art making, where communities who have most often been written out of history feel welcomed and empowered to participate in writing and writing our stories. And so our main kind of programmatic thing that we do is we have a global editathon, which we say is a do it yourself and do it with others that empowers people of all gender identities to edit and organize within the Wikiverse. And we do this through community organizing, through partnerships with GLAMs, and training and resources like this one, where we partner with other great affiliates within the Wikiverse. We also have opportunities for local organizers for microfunding, as well as we have like slide decks and tutorials for when you're ready to do your own edit-a-thon. What we as an organization have been pivoting to this year is Wikidata. We're building on over a decade of our community organizing practices around Wikipedia, and we're encouraging our community to be going deeper into the Wikiverse with Wikidata. Wikidata, for those who are new to it, and we're of course going to talk more about it today, it's really what is kind of the backbone to a lot of the things in the Wikiverse and the internet at large, because that's where things like AI and search engines, they're all kind of going and searching this structured data. And so when that data is incomplete or biased, it has ripple effects across the entire internet. And so we know we're not the first organization to be working with Wikidata, and that's why partnerships with other affiliates like Wikimedia Botswana are so important to us. And so I'm going to hand it over now to the co-founder of Wikimedia Botswana. Candy has been driving initiatives that grow local editor communities and strengthen local language content and build sustainable Wikimedia engagement. Candy is also a digital inclusion advocate, Wikimedian, and community builder focused on expanding the access knowledge across Africa. She's currently passionate about gender equity and knowledge by increasing the visibility of underrepresented people and topics on Wikimedia platforms. She's a former project facilitator at Wiki in Africa, and Candy has contributed in continent-wide campaigns such as Visible Wiki Women, Art and Feminism, Wiki Loves Africa, and helping communities document culture, creativity, and history through open knowledge. So I will now hand it over to Candy.
Oh, thank you so much, Kira. So I'd like to just introduce what Wikimedia Botswana is all about. We are a group of volunteers who are quite passionate about increasing visibility of our country, culture, and the underrepresented communities, mostly gender. So also just to introduce my fellow colleague here, I think Kira, you've said so much about me, so I'll just hand over the baton to Ludo. So Ludo is the project facilitator with Wikimedia Community User Group Botswana, where she supports community-driven initiatives that promote open knowledge, digital inclusion, capacity building as well. She's actively facilitating Wikimedia projects that focus around Setswana Wikipedia, Wikimedia Commons, Wikidata, the one that she'll be doing today, and her strong interests are around African knowledge, gender equity, and also underrepresented communities. So yes, I'll just like to introduce Ludo, who's the project facilitator to the floor is yours.
Uh, greeting ev Greetings, everyone. Thank you very much, Candy. My name is Ludo Matombo from Botswana, as mentioned. I'm very excited today to be sharing with you. I'm going to present on how to create a new item on Wikidata. I'm looking forward to an interesting and engaging session as we learn from each other. So I think Karen has talked about a lot about Wikidata, but I'm just going to go through what is Wikidata. Let me share my screen. So I'm going to share what is Wikidata. Wikidata is a free open knowledge database that stores facts in a structured way. Wikidata stores facts about things, about people, about places, about creative works, organization, and many more. Every concept in Wikidata is represented by an item, and that item contains different statements that describes it. Why was Wikidata why does Wikidata exist? Wikidata was created to centralize data so that all Wikipedia sister projects can have or use one share can use one source of structured information. This helps to reduce duplication of information. It also helps to keep information constant and up to date. The other reason it was created is to improve data accuracy and accessibility worldwide. So I'm going to share with you on how to create a new item on Wikidata. The first thing is to go to the Wikidata website. That is www.wikidata.org. So I'm going to open the Wikidata website. My screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So if you don't have an account, you click create an account. So click create an account is at the top right corner. And then you fill your username, your password, you confirm it, and then you create your account. But if you have your account, you're going to log into your account. So I have an account, so I'm going to log in into my account. When you have logged in into your account, you must be able to see your username at the top right corner. There, I can see my username Ludo. It shows that you have logged in into your account. So if you are using your mobile phone, you need to scroll down to switch your view from mobile view to desktop view. So my view is on desktop view, so I'm going to show you the mobile view. So this is the mobile view. So if you're using your phone, it will be on mobile view, and then you're going to switch it to desktop view. So the first thing when creating, and before creating a new item is to check if the item already exists on Wikidata. So I want to create an item about Gloria. So I'm going to type the name of the topic or the person in the search box. Gloria Matambo. And then I'm going to search it. Then there are no matching result of the name. This shows that Wikidata does not have an item with this name. But before clicking create an item, you need to ensure that the item is notable. So you're going to go to Google to search if your item has reliable sources that you can use when creating your item. So reliable sources, we are talking about academic journals, we are talking about books, newspapers. So these are the reliable sources. We are talking about newspapers. We do not use social media such as Facebook, Instagram. We use books, newspapers, reputable newspaper, news website. So I did open the website that I'm going to use. These are the website that I am going to use. You open them when creating your item. So I'm going to go back and then I'm going to click create new item because the item is notable and it does not already exist on Wikidata. So I'm going to create click create a new item. You will see a form, as you can see, a form with the basic fields of Wikidata, as you see, and then return create a new item. En is the language. The language that I'm going to be using when writing my item is English. En stands for English. And then the label. The label is the name, the main name or title of the item that you are writing about. I'm writing about Gloria Mutambo. And then we have description. Description, this is a short phrase identifying the item. Again. So this short phrase, this is the short phrase identifying the item that you are writing about. So Gloria is a programs director at Freedom Roman Uganda, the oldest solely lesbian, bisexual, queer organization in Uganda, as you can see. So the description that I'm going to write about her is that she is a Ugandan feminist and human rights advocate. So when writing your description, it should always start with a capital letter F as a proper noun, or where the proper noun appears in the description, it should be in capital letters. Again. And then aliases, this is other name the topic or the person you are writing about is known. It's optional. If the other name that this person that I'm writing about has, I can also write it here. If there are no other name, it's still okay. And then I'm going to click create after filling the basic fields of Wikidata. So this is what will appear. You now have a new item with a Q number after the name. That Q number is the item's ID. You now have a new item of Wikidata with a Q number. The Q number is the item's ID. So, and then the second thing, we are going to add statements. Yeah. So statements, these are the core of Wikidata. A statement is made up of a property and values. Again. So I'm going to click add statement. A property is a category or a question, and then the value is the answer. So when you think of statement of a property and a value, you think of it as a question and an answer. So the first statement that you should always add is instance of. This defines what the item is about. So we're going to click instance of. So we are writing about a human. So we are going to click it, a human, because the person is a human. And then we are going to click publish. So we have our first statement here. And then we are going to add our second statement. I'm going to click occupation. What does the person do? Again. So from this, we see that this person is a human rights advocate. So I'm going to come here and then click human rights. Human rights. I'm going to search if they have human rights advocate or activist. Let me write activist. Okay, it's here. So the similar name is human rights defender, which is human rights activist. So I'm going to click it. And then I am going to add a qualifier. Those are extra details that clarify the statement. So I'm going to add qualifier. So I'm saying Gloria is a human rights defender or activist. Again, I'm going to add field of work that she specializes on. is going to be feminism. If it's there, if it's there, let me see. So as you can see from this website, Gloria Matambo, Mataba, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, a story of creativity grounded in feminism. His field of work is in feminism. So I'm going to type at feminism. Okay. And then I am going to click publish. I'm also going to add a reference here to verify the information that I have added here. So I'm going to, when adding reference, you click reference URL, and then you go and click the copy of the link of the info to verify the information that you have added. So I'm going to paste that here. And then I'm going to click publish. So in this statement, I have added the quantifier and the reference. So I'm going to add another statement that is the position held. Position held. Here it says she is a programs director. So I'm going to add programs director. Programs director. There's no programs director, so I'm going to look for another word, the same manager, that is similar to programs director. Let me say director. A person who leads a particular area of a company. So I'm going to click this one. And then I'm going to add a qualifier to say applies to part. Okay. And then this applies to organizational leadership. Or organizational leader. And then I'm going to add reference URL. Oh, remove. I'm going to add reference. I'm going to click this link that she's a programs director. I'm going to copy the link and then I'm going to paste that here. And then I'm going to add also, when I retrieved the reference, I'm going to click retrieve, and then I retrieve this link today, and then I'm going to click publish. I'm also here going to add edit, and then add retrieve the date that I retrieved the link for the reference, and then add publish. I'm going to add another statement. She is a member of organization, because here it's written, it's here that she is a programs director of Freedom and Rom Uganda. So she's a member of this organization. So I'm going to write member of Freedom and it's here, and then I'm going to click it. And then I'm going to add a quantifier that what his role or object has a role, the role that she appears at, as is program director, or is he a programs director? And then I'm going to add a reference. If we click reference URL, and then you paste the link. No, not this one, this one. And then I'm going to add when I retrieved the link for the reference, and then I'm going to click reference. So I don't know if anyone has a question before I continue, or I should just continue.
Yeah, I think we skipped sex, gender.
Okay. I'll edit. And then I'm going to click sex or gender. So here it's written that she is a lesbian, Ugandan feminist, describes herself as a bold and apologetic feminist woman. So I'm going to see if they have lesbian. Uh, Sexual attraction between men. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to click reference. Reference. And then paste the link, and then retrieved, and then click publish. Could not be saved because of an error. Okay, let me remove it. So I'm going to add another statement that is field of work. The specialization field of work, she's in feminism. And then I'm going to add a quantifier. Her work focuses on LGBTQ. Oh, I'm opening the link. Okay, it's here that Gloria is a programs officer at Freedom and Rome, Uganda, a lesbian, bisexual, queer, LGBT human rights organization. So she focuses on LGBTQ. I'm going to quantify focuses on focuses on, and then I'm going to say LGBTQ human rights activist. And then I'm going to add the reference. Reference. I'm going to copy this link. paste it here, and then I'm going to add retrieved. Retrieved, and then I'm going to click publish. So I'm going to add sex or gender. So I'm going to add lesbian.
This is
And then I'm
Kira
going to add,
speaking. Ludo, there's Dave is mentioning in the chat that there's a property for sexual orientation that could be possibly used for this property.
okay, I can use.
Will that be a statement or I think it's a statement. Maybe remove gender and try. Yeah. Mark?
Hello,
Well, I
this is
think, yeah, I think you can say sex or gender, but then that has a list of things that are allowed. And I think in this case, the right answer would probably be female because she says she's a woman.
Okay.
And then you can use another property because to say she's lesbian. So a different statement.
Okay, thank you. Mark, I see you raised your hand. You can speak.
Yes, thank you. Dave has corrected this. That's the gender, which is female. Then for the lesbianism, that's her sexual orientation.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can add sexual orientation. That's lesbianism.
Okay, thank you very much. And then I'm going to add reference here. I'm going to click the link, copy the link, and then I'm going to paste that here. Retrieved. And then I'm going to click publish.
So the next statement could be sexual orientation.
So sexual orientation. Oh, okay. And then I'm going to click this one. And then I'm going to add the reference. I'm going to add retrieved. And then I'm going to click published. So to add an image, we get our image from, you click here and then you click, you need to check if she has an image on Wikicommons. So I'm going to search if she has an image on Wikicommons that we can use. So there are no images from Wikicommons that we can use, but to add an image, you click the statement and then you click image, and then you copy the link from Wikicommons of the image if it's there, and then you paste it here, and then you click publish. So that is how you add statements on Wikidata. You add the properties, the answers, the extra details that clarify the statement, and then your statements should have sources that verify the information that you are adding. And then you add the retrieve date of the links that you have added on Wikidata. So we also have a dashboard of the Wikidata mobile training. You guys can join. It's not a competition. You can add your name and start building. We can build visible and reliable data together. I will now open the floor for question and comments. Thank you very much.
This is Kira speaking. Thanks, Ludo, so much for this really helpful overview. I think it would be helpful to share, because in kind of our planning and talking about this, we talked about how there is a mobile version of Wikidata, but why you and other Wikimedians and Wikimedia Botswana still prefer to use the desktop version even while on mobile. So could you talk a little bit about that? You or Candy? Just, I know we talked about in our planning.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for the question. So when I'm going to switch to mobile view so that you guys see. So this is the mobile view. Look. So we advise that you switch from mobile view to desktop view for better editing features, because when you are on mobile view, sometimes you may not be able to add statements, but you may not be able to add statement if you are creating an item from the start. Again, so that's why we advise that you edit from the desktop view.
So there's some limitations with the mobile view, and it's still on, I would say it's testing phase, I believe. So to have like the best user experience and flawless, we advise that everyone uses the desktop view so that it doesn't kind of like hinder anyone from editing. I think possibly in the near future, mobile view will be seamless and there won't be any barriers, because some statements, yes, people can edit, but you might find out like there are some limitations with some other statements that you can't add. So that's why we kind of like suggest everyone to use the desktop view. Any questions? So this was more of like I would say a beginner friendly editing session. I'm pretty sure they're experts in the call, but it's more of like a beginner friendly editing session for people who are kind of like tapping into editing Wikidata. So yeah, we're happy to get questions from the team.
This is Kira speaking. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording the now.